What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are bringing a very fun, very strong team here to Go Battle League, and that is going to be Venusaur, Galarian, Stunfisk, and Flame Charge Mew. Now this team was not built by me, it was built by ThoTechtical, so shout out to him. Thank you for making this team, man. It's really awesome, and it pushed me to Expert rank this morning, which is really awesome. So we finally hit Expert, which is great. The 2700s is very sweaty for any of you who are battling in there currently. You guys understand between 2700 and 3000 there are so many skilled battlers, so shout outs to all my battlers, GG's today. But yeah, this team is definitely very strong, and it's great that we can use Galarian Stunfisk here before that nerf to Rock Slide does come in, right? And the Flame Charge Mew is really awesome there on the safe swap. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, getting into the first battle here, let's see how this one goes. I also faced off against so many bastiodon grass teams as well, so we're going to be seeing that today. But we have Umbreon on the lead right here, which is kind of really nice. This is what I want to see, so I'm pretty curious what they could have in the back. There's a lot of different options, but Venusaur can do pretty well in this fight, and I should be able to get shields here from my opponent. Frenzy Plant does a lot of neutral damage, but they are loading up on energy because Foul Play will still do a lot as well. So we go ahead and land it right there, which is nice. I was hoping to throw before they could throw, but we're going to go ahead and let this go. It's going to do quite a bit of neutral damage, and it is going to be the Foul Play, but we can survive too, which is nice. Now, they snuck in a fast move right there, which is unfortunate, but I wasn't quick enough to click on Frenzy Plant, so we're going to be able to get the second Frenzy Plant. We get a shield right there, so this is kind of ideal. I think I can survive another Foul Play right here, and I'm hoping to get to the Frenzy Plant, or they're going to have to throw all their energy. So we do survive, which is nice. They decide to throw all their energy. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. If there is a Azumarill in the back, the Mew can handle that. So we're going to go ahead and take this shield advantage and bring in the Galarian Stunfisk right here and start loading up on energy. We see a swap now into Meganium, so we're going to go ahead and swap into the Mew right here, and this is why we have that Flame Charge. We are going to shield these Frenzy Plants coming in, but Mew with a lot of energy, with the boosted damage from Flame Charge, can just put out so much work. So we're going to go ahead and go for this first Flame Charge. Again, to super effective damage, right? Fire against the Grass-type Pokemon right here, but we'll likely see a shield. No, they decide not to shield, which is fine. This means we can actually commit to the farm down. So we're going to go ahead and shield the next Frenzy Plant. I think I can survive, but I really want Mew to have loaded energy on the back end. Plus, my switch clock is coming back up soon, so I'm just going to load up on energy. If I click the Flame Charge right here against the Umbreon coming in, I might be able to swap into my Galarian Stunfisk to try to catch the charge move. So they do shield, and I do get the swap in time, which is beautiful. Couldn't have asked for anything better. We had to survive that, which we do. So we soak the Foul Play, but they have a Shadow Machamp in the back. But we have so much energy on Galarian Stunfisk from bringing it in, right? That this Earthquake will be one-shotting the Shadow Machamp, and that is basically going to be a good battle. So GG is very well played, but Mew putting a lot of work in the mid-game. Galarian Stunfisk with shields, end game, very strong. All right, moving into the next battle. Let's see how this one goes. Like I said, you guys are going to see a lot of Bastiodon teams here. So we have Venusaur versus Bastiodon. I faced this probably at least 15 times today. It was kind of ridiculous, but they swap into the Grottle right here, which is where Mew can come in, get Flame Charge, and Venusaur is really the key against the Bastiodon double grass lines because it does amazing against everything. So you really want to save your Venusaur for that, but we land a Flame Charge as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I think I let this go. No, I do decide to shield. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shield that Body Slam and just start farming down because we are going to be able to get to a Wild Charge versus the Bastiodon that comes back in, which is going to do a lot of neutral damage right here. Plus, I want to throw the Wild Charge as well so that it can't farm me for more energy, right? Because we're going to lower our defenses, which means the fast move is going to take us out when they do decide to throw it, but we weren't able to get to another charge move. Okay, so we can bring in Galarian Stunfisk now. I'm pretty happy with this matchup. We do see a swap into Shadow Victory Bell, so we're going to go ahead and throw Rock Slide. Galarian Stunfisk versus Bastiodon is very positive, and I can get a shield right here with Rock Slide, so we do. And now we bring in the Venusaur, and this is what I mean by you want to keep Venusaur alive, because Venusaur can handle all three Pokemon when it comes to Bastiodon double Razor Leaf users. And this team, the team my opponent has, is very strong, and it's why Razor Leaf is getting nerfed because of how strong this team is, but Venusaur handles it very well. So if you guys trust in Venusaur here, you can definitely handle those teams. So we are going to take out the Shadow Victory Bell, and then the Bastiodons in the back. We still got Galarian Stunfisk and Frenzy Plant right here, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. Like I said, I saw that team a lot today. Saw it a lot. A lot of different variations as well. There's a lot of different variations of grass and different Pokemon, but a lot of Bastiodon leads. Okay, Altaria lead. You know, sometimes with this team, you're going to get rock, paper, scissors, right? We have Venusaur versus Altaria. They decide to stay in, which tells me maybe whatever's in the back could be potentially weak, which probably means it's Galarian, Stunfisk, and Azumarill. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. They do decide to swap out, so we're going to go ahead and throw Flame Charge here against the Galarian Stunfisk. Like I said, sometimes you get rock, paper, scissors, but the Altaria right there staying in and throwing the Sky Attack was very smart. And we're going to go ahead and let this Rock Slide go through. I think I let the Rock Slide go through. It's not going to KO us, but what I'm hoping to do is get a second shield right here, or potentially flip. I really need a second shield, but they do decide to shield, or I need a first shield basically. They do decide to throw. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully, I should have in hindsight right here, I should have let this go. I should have come in with Venusaur and farmed down, but I decided to shield. That was my mistake I made in this game. That was where I could have changed it, because I was going for switch. I was hoping they would basically let this go and come in and farm with Altaria, but they decided to shield as well. And then I decided to swap into Venusaur, so I just was blundering around, but hey, it happens. We're going to go ahead and go for Sludge Bomb. It does a lot of neutral damage. I could have gone into Galarian Stunfisk on the swap and drew out the Azumarill, and then I would have been able to hard farm. But this game is still going to be close. We'll have to see what's in the back, but like I said, just seeing the line, Altaria and Galarian Stunfisk, there's probably an Azumarill, but I definitely misplayed it right here, which is important for you guys to see because mistakes do happen. We could have come in and farmed down Galarian Stunfisk for energy, let the likely Rock Slide go through. We're going to overload right here a bit. I'm guessing there's a Azumarill in the back, so I am going to need a lot of energy in order to get 2 Earthquakes, in order to potentially take it out. So we're going to go ahead and build up some more energy, and then we're going to throw the Rock Slide now once I'm near cap. And what I'm hoping to do is utilize Mew to soak a charge move as well. That's basically my win condition right now. So we are going to see the Galarian Stunfisk come in. I'm going to have to throw energy. I wasn't keeping track how much energy it did have, so I do not want to get hit with any charge moves, and we're going to be able to farm down right now. So we have a bit of energy. Things are still looking okay, and it is going to be a Azumarill in the back. So I'm counting. There's 2, there's 3. So they got 3 bubbles right now. So what I'm hoping to do is they're going to go for Ice Beam. So what I'm hoping to do is swap on 5 and catch it on Mew. So let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and there's 4, there's 5. I'm going to swap, and they do decide to throw right here, which is good because now there's a hope and a prayer. Basically, I need to be able to get to an Earthquake and a Rock Slide in order to take this thing out. So there's 2, there's 3, and then I lag. And I'm like, no, please don't lag. All right, we get the Earthquake right here. This isn't going to be enough damage to KO, but it's going to come very, very close. So we do get it extremely low, and then we're basically 2 fast moves away right there. So I kind of messed that up, but hey, that is okay. It's a good battle, very well played to my opponent. And you guys are going to face that team. Maybe, you know, let the Mew go down, come in hard farm on Venusaur, and you'll have some better options there. All right, so we have Venusaur versus Swampert. And sometimes, you guys, you just hard rock, paper, scissors your opponent. So they're going to swap in Defense Form Deoxys. We swap in Mew right here. This is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and let this first charge move go through. Nothing can one-shot right here from Defense Form Deoxys, so it is going to be Rock Slide. And then we're going to go for that Flame Charge right away because what I'm wanting to do is come out of this matchup. I'm going to have to shield once, but I want to have a lot of loaded energy because Mew, even though Wild Charge is resisted by Swampert, it can do like massive amount of its health. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. Because I use Flame Charge, my attack is boosted. They do throw the Psycho Boost, which means my Shadow Claws are doing more damage. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build up to 2 Wild Charges. I did 1 less fast move right there, but that's okay. The Swampert doesn't have any energy, so I should be able to get to another one in time. Here comes the first Wild Charge. We get a shield, and we're going to go for the second right here. Again, this is going to do a lot. This is resisted, but the opponent, we have boosted Flame Charge, and the opponent is Shadow. As you guys can see, that did a lot of damage, and I think they lagged a bit for 1 fast move, and they can't farm me down because of the damage from Shadow Claw. Final Pokemon is going to be Skarmory. We have Galarian Stunfisk, and that is going to be a good battle. So this team, like I said, sometimes you get rock, paper, scissored, and it's a hard loss, but you can still manage it. Other times you guys can lock down teams. But what's great is this team also handles those Bastiodon grass Pokemon. So we have Venusaur versus Shadow Victory Bell. You guys are going to see this a lot. This is typically going to be a Shadow Victory Bell Bastiodon plus a third, usually Defense Form Deoxys or Vigoroth. But Sludge Bomb right here, we're just not going to fake it. We're just going to keep throwing Sludge Bombs. This is going to one-shot the Shadow Victory Bell. We do get a shield. So things are looking pretty good right here for us. They are going to be able to get to a charge move, but we can basically get to 2 Sludge Bombs by the time they get to 1 charge move. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. All I need to do is get to 1 more Sludge Bomb after this. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Sludge Bomb. If they let this go, that's going to absolutely destroy them, and rightfully so it does, which is great. We got Shadow Victory Bell out of there. Here comes the Bastiodon. So I'm anticipating a Vigoroth or a Defense Form Deoxys as well. It's a common team. So Frenzy Plant right here does a lot of neutral damage, which is great. We're just getting all that chip damage. But what we need to do is manage our energy well with Galarian Stunfisk right here. And if they happen to have a Azumarill, we have an answer for that. So they're going to go ahead and throw the charge move. We're not going to shield. Flamethrower does do super effective damage, but they do have a Azumarill, which means we can bring in the Mew right here. This is basically going to be a good game. They decide to throw right away as well, which means it's definitely not a Hydro Pump. It's probably Ice Beam right here, and it is Ice Beam, so we don't have to shield. What we're going to do is build up to 2 Wild Charges right here and just throw them both. Even if they decide to shield one and let one go, well, they have to. They only have 1 shield, right? So they let one go. We're going to go ahead and get to the next one. If they decide to shield this, we already have Rock Slide or Near Rock Slide on our Galarian Stunfisk to take it out. They do decide to let it go, so unfortunately, they let it go and they kept their shield. But what's great about this matchup is Galarian Stunfisk is such a wall to Bastiodon that all we need to do is go for 2 Earthquakes right here. Where we would lose is if we tried to go for a Rock Slide and they didn't shield, right? So what we're going to do is just throw the first Earthquake. We get a shield. That's fine. They're going to throw their Flamethrower. We're going to shield. And then we're just going to go for the second Earthquake, right? In this situation, never throw that Rock Slide in the 1 shield. Because if they decide not to shield, then we lose, right? So we're just going to throw the Earthquake now, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. So yeah, Mew in the mid game, definitely very, very strong, and Venusaur does very well at handling that Shadow Victory Bell. All right, moving into the next battle. Let's see how this one goes. We have... Oh, hopefully you guys can see the... I might have cut it off too much. Venusaur on the lead versus Bastiodon. Again, I saw this all day. Oh, you guys can barely see the charge moves. I'm sorry. We're going to raise this up a bit. Okay. All right, so they swapped into Cherim right here. We're going to go ahead and shield. Like I said, if we're seeing the Bastiodon double grass, Venusaur is our play. What I need to do is get a shield for my opponent right here as well, and then bring in Mew with that flame charge. So we do get a shield. We swap in the Mew right here to get a second shield, and then Venusaur could probably close out this game for us. So we're going to go ahead and get this flame charge off. If this lands, we're going to go ahead and shield ourselves. But we'll have to see. It does land, and sadly we're not able to get to charge move. That did a massive amount of damage. So I'm going to go ahead and shield right here. Because I know I can do a lot of damage, I can put Galarian Stunfisk to Bastiodon, and I can put Venusaur to Shadow Victory Bell, which might be in the back. So let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be Meganium. So this is actually really nice for us because we can go for Flame Charge right here. This is going to do a lot of damage. Plus, the Meganium is going to have to throw its energy in order to take us out. And my Venusaur, we get a shield right there as well. My Venusaur can one-shot Meganium with Sludge Bomb, right? And then we can bring up Galarian Stunfisk to Bastiodon. So that is going to be basically a good game to my opponent. So yeah, we're going to bring in the Venusaur right here. I got to anticipate a swap by them. Their only win condition is to catch it, and they do decide to swap, so I held it and then swapped into Galarian Stunfisk. That's going to be a good battle. We're going to go ahead and over farm a bit. I want to be able to get to a Rock Slide on the back end versus Meganium. So we're going to let this Flamethrower come through. We're just going to overload a bit and now throw the Earthquake. This should be taking out the Bastiodon. We should be able to get to a Rock Slide and really solidify. The Sludge Bomb would one-shot the Meganium anyways, but really solidify. Plus, they're going to have to throw their energy, especially since I'm overloaded on energy. They cannot let me get to 2 Rock Slides right here because the first one, as you guys can see, did a lot of neutral damage. So they have to throw right here. So that was our win con. And I think they actually undercharge it. Yeah, they undercharge. Oh, actually, that might have been full damage, but they smartly undercharged it, I think, a bit. But we have Sludge Bomb ready to go, and that is going to be taking out Meganium. And that's going to be a good battle, very well played. So again, this team, if you face off against Bastiodon leaders, typically grass in the back, trust in Venusaur to kind of close it out and keep its health up. All right, moving into the next battle. Let's see how this one goes. We have Venusaur on the lead versus another Bastiodon. I'm telling you guys, this is what I saw all day long. Literally all day long. So we're going to build up. They're not swapping out this time, which is an interesting play. So what we're going to do is hopefully, I think we're going to have to shield this Venusaur here. So we're going to throw the Frenzy Plant. Does a lot of neutral damage right there. And then they do decide to throw a charge move. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shield. Yeah, I do decide to shield right here. The Flamethrower, like I said, Venusaur kind of breaks apart these teams. So we're going to overload on energy. Again, energy management on Venusaur versus Bastiodon leads with typical grasses in the back is very, very crucial. You want to have as much energy as possible. So we land the Frenzy Plant and we take it down. Now, this is not a grass team. This is a Drifblim. So what we're going to do is going to go for back-to-back Frenzy Plants. Even though this is resisted, this does a lot of damage to Drifblim, especially since we aren't debuffed by Icy Wind. But what's great is we have a solid answer here with Galarian Stunfisk for it. They really can't farm us down as well because I'm going to be able to get to 3 Frenzy Plants. We're throwing the second one right now, which does get the shield. And we may be able to get to the next one in time. And they do decide to throw. It would have been close. I think they would have been able to farm us down. 2 more hexes would have got us. But we were definitely close. So we were able to get a shield, even it out, chunk the health, line up Galarian Stunfisk right here to the Drifblim, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. Nothing can one-shot right here, so I don't want to shield an Icy Wind. It is going to be Icy Wind, and we are going to see a swap now into a Azumarill. So here comes the Mew. Same thing as before. We go ahead and let the charge move go through, which is going to be right here. That's fine. It's not going to one-shot us. And then we go for back-to-back Wild Charges. That's the play here in the one-shield situation versus the Azumarill, which is really nice, which is why you run Wild Charge here on Mew, is to handle these situations. So Wild Charge now coming through. We know it doesn't one-shot, but it does a massive amount of damage. And then we're going to build up a little bit more and go for the back-to-back right here. I wanted to get my health a bit lower so the Drifblim couldn't farm as much, but they do decide to shield, which is fine. I have Rock Slide ready to go right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Rock Slide. This is going to do neutral damage to Azumarill and take it out, and then the Drifblim is in the back, and 1 Rock Slide will be able to take it out. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played to my opponent. So I'm going to go ahead, build up to that Rock Slide. They do decide to throw, and I'm just going to shield and block this. Shadow Ball wouldn't one-shot us as well, so we could have flexed, but I didn't want to risk it. Just safely shield, throw the Rock Slide, move on to the next battle. So yeah. This team, again, really, really solid. You can win against lead losses if you play it right. I played it wrong. You can win against the Bastiodon Double Grass teams. You can win against the Shadow Victory Bell Bastiodon teams. You can, sometimes hard win. Now we have a Pelipper come in. Now I swapped to Mew way too late. I should have swapped to Mew right away because it's very crucial because Pelipper is a water flying typing that I need to, I let this one go. I need to force them to shield, and I decided to throw the Wild Charge a bit late. This is why I said I should have come in earlier, because I wanted to, I'm going to have to shield now. I wanted to force them to shield first and not me shield first. But we're going to go ahead and go for Wild Charge right here. This is going to one-shot the Pelipper if they let it go, which is great. And then we are going to see the Stunfisk come in. Now, because I have a bit of loaded energy as well, we can at least go for Flame Charge right here to do super effective damage and really chunk. And they cannot farm us down. Yes, we are lower, so they could try to commit, but we would get to another Flame Charge in time, so they have to throw their energy, and they're noticing it right now, which is fine. We got the Galarian Stunfisk extremely low. That's basically 1 Frenzy Plant range right there. So we can bring in the Venusaur right here. We're going to look to throw that Frenzy Plant as soon as we can. Hopefully they don't swap out, and we do decide we do get it. So this should be getting the shield, or we take it out. If it gets the shield, I'm very concerned about what is in the back. It might be a Azumarill, which I need to be cognizant of. So they're throwing a charge move right here. Earthquake would near one-shot, guys, because of the Grass Poison typing. We're going to go ahead and shield. It is an Earthquake, so that is a great shield right there. We're going to overload a bit on energy, again, utilizing Venusaur's Vine Whip to gain energy quickly and really try to over-farm right here. And I don't want to swap into Galarian Stunfisk because they have so much energy. They could one-shot us with Earthquake, or near one-shot us with Earthquake, and it is another Earthquake. So now I have to swap right away because we survived. And the final Pokemon is Cresselia, which, thank goodness, because if that was a Azumarill, I would have lost. But Earthquake right here is going to do a lot of neutral damage. They have to have Grass Knot basically in order to do neutral damage to us. They could have Aurora Beam as well, but typically they're going to run with Moonblast and Grass Knot in the Great League. Grass Knot does do a decent amount of neutral damage there, but what I need to do now is this game is not over just yet. I need to have energy on the back end to be able to win against the Galarian Stunfisk, or just secure that win, right? So what I'm going to do is overfarm a bit, and I can't overfarm too much. If they get one more Grass Knot off, I'm gone. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Earthquake now that I have a bit of extra energy, and then we are going to be able to farm down now, and I'm basically one fast move away from a Rock Slide, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. So a bit of a misplay on my part in the mid game. I should have gone into Mew a bit quicker, right, and then force them to shield because I could let the first Weather Ball go, but I can't take two, and I needed to do it before they got to Hurricane. So yeah, that was a highlight of some of my battles this morning. Last set, we ended up going 4-1 right there. But yeah, this team was definitely so much fun. There we go, 27-62. We hit Expert this morning, which was awesome. Again, this team was made by ThoTechtical, so shout out to him. Thank you for making this team, man. Definitely a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think about it. Rock Slide is getting nerfed on Monday when part 2 of Season 6 starts. So just wanting to utilize Galarian Stunfisk here because it may not be as good come Monday. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.